As Fairy Godmother Extraordinaire of Magical Moments, I'll welcome you to our world of wonder, to our fantasy land, our yellow brick road, our palace of dreams, the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. This is a world of wonder, a fairy enchanted forest, Bumblebee's field of dreams, and Everland, inspired by Neverland, because may the memories live on in our hearts forever and ever. Magical Moments, by definition, is an NPO, a non-profit organization. We're also registered as a PBO. By most people's understanding, it's a charitable organization, but I prefer not to consider what I do to be charity. It's just unconditional love and kindness, gifted from the heart. It's just what we do for children in our country and in our city. We welcome the children with our traditional meet and greet with bubbles and magic, and we welcome them with open arms into our happy place. And then they hop onto our pretend bus and we take them on an adventure for their imaginations. And we go down the yellow brick road, past the trees, through the forest, there's bird song, past the flowers, and then into our secret enchanted garden where a world of wonderment awaits them. So WOW stands for World of Wonder. And it's also when the children enter our world of wonder, we hear their wows. And we are a land of a million wows. And even though the children don't speak or understand English perhaps, they certainly know the word wow. And it's just something I think that comes from the heart. So this is a place of wow, and especially what we've created. Magical Moments is a fully volunteer-driven organization. We're all volunteers. And by nature of what we do, because it's all about magic and a world of wonder, I prefer to call our volunteers fairies, because we fly in, we create magic, we leave imprints in the children's hearts, and we fly on, rather than just the word volunteers. I started Magical Moments because I had a life-threatening moment. My husband and I were hijacked on the 13th of May, 2003 at 7:30, and with guns held at my head, I watched my life flash by. I had a very successful career. My husband and I were what we considered at the time to be successful in business, with lots of opportunities, and very blessed and certainly privileged. And I questioned life. What was life going to stand for? What did my life mean? Was it just going to be about acquisition? So I took 4 months sabbatical from my career in Sandton, just across the way. In my previous career, I used to organize extraordinary events for visiting dignitaries to South Africa, celebrities, and for corporate companies and private clients around the world. I decided to take a sabbatical just to reassess my life, and specifically to find meaning in life and to find life purpose. Because I wondered, when I checked out one day, what would I have to show for my life? After a conversation with someone, he said to me, have an extraordinary day. And I wondered, what does that mean? Is it a facial? Is it a massage, a manicure? And I decided to take cakes to orphaned and vulnerable children in Eldorado Park. And I took 5 cakes, homemade cakes from Home Industries. And after the children, there were 30 children that day, after the children had eaten, I saw how much joy the treats brought them and the smiles on their faces. And as we left Eldorado Park, my husband accompanied me that day, was too scared to go into Eldorado Park on my own. After all, most of my travels were in the northern suburbs and abroad. And I said to my husband that I'm going to do this every month, come back with a different treat for the children. And I did that. Every single month, I never missed a month. For 2 years, I brought the children a different treat. And the numbers grew from 30 children, it went to 60, 90, 100, and so on. And I stayed there for 2 years until a famous celebrity stepped in and I stepped out. And then I discovered other children in need. One of the places I discovered at the time was Johannesburg Central Prison in the south of Johannesburg. And I engaged in the creche underground in the women's prison, in the women's section, with the toddlers and babies who are incarcerated with their mothers. And I went every 6 weeks for 2 years with a different treat for the children, because they didn't know a world outside of the prison, only the sound of hek, which is an Afrikaans word meaning gate, which is when the mothers ask for the gate to be opened and the wardens open the gate. Those children didn't know anything outside of those prison cells. So I brought in treats. I brought in pottery classes, art classes, swimming pools, and just so many treats. In fact, we actually did a spa treatment inside the prison for these littlies, and the children at the time were then aged 2 to 5. So after the prison, I went looking for children in need, and I went around Johannesburg, and I started with the big organizations that are well known, what I call the top 10. I had to start somewhere. And then after that, I found other places where nobody else was going. And those places found me too, because I would go into some of the darkest, most dangerous areas of Johannesburg where no one dared to tread. I'd go into dark alleyways, into squatter camps, and I know from the fear of the children that they'd never met anybody outside of their community, and definitely nobody of another culture or familiarity, and that's where I've chosen to focus. So I go really where nobody else goes, and because that's where I can make the biggest difference as a smaller organization, Magical Moments, and in doing the things that I do. The areas that I've been engaging in for over 15 years is seriously from A to Z. So Alexandra, just down the road, where as we cross Greyston Bridge, I do bridge communities from poverty to privilege. As most of the neighborhoods cross to get to me or me to them. And it is A to Z, because we start in Alexandra, Beckersdale, Cosmo City, Diepsloot, Diepkloof, Durban Deep, all the way through to Ivory Park, Ebony Park, Carlfontein, Vosloorus, Univille, to Zonke-Sizwe. Not only the environment that we're in at the moment, which is the healing for the soul, but also around us as we stand here, we're surrounded by a lemon tree and behind me a mulberry tree. The children arrive here and they discover fruit on a tree that they're actually able to eat from a tree, which is a wonderful experience. Now that happened once, and the following week the same group of children returned for swimming lessons, and automatically they ran to the tree to eat from the tree again. So there's a lot happening here in terms of healing, transformation, and certainly education, and education through play. Childhood is so vital, and I don't believe that too many people understand that. Children will learn more between the ages of 0 through in vitro until the age of 7 than they will for the rest of their lives. I'm a qualified ontological coach, and I've done many childhood courses over the years and studied human behavior. So through the work that I do out of this domain, I do understand the impact that it has on children during early childhood. So if they live in environments of violence, poverty, hopelessness, danger, anger, and really dark environments, how do they know that another world exists if not to step into a world of inexplicable beauty, magnificence, and opportunity? And then as they grow older, they can aspire for more and know that a different world exists. I was asked, what is my title? What is it that I do? So I said, I'm the fairy godmother, because I teach the children how to wish by gifting them with experiences. The children don't know what to wish for, they certainly don't know what a wish is, and they don't know what a dream is either. So in giving them these experiences, I'm giving them something to wish for, because their memory banks are empty. There isn't much happening in their worlds. And over time, I'm known as Fairy Godmother Extraordinaire, and in the communities, they call me Thando, which in English means love. And I'm honored to have that name, Thando. Princess Salem, once a child and now a young lady. And there were 3 children who didn't have a mother, and they slept on the floor in the shop in Hillbrow. They didn't have anyone to care for them. So Salem and her mother took these children and other children into their home and washed them and bathed them and fed them. And I used to help by buying all of that stuff. So we helped a lot of children that ordinarily wouldn't be helped, children that have been raped. So the stories are, they're dark, but I prefer to focus on the light and the bright and whatever. So this child helped children when she was 8. And she learned what kindness was. And now that she's 19, she's now a fairy, and she's helping other children because she knows what it's like to receive and to give. So she's completed the circle of being a recipient of kindness from Magical Moments, and also she's now a magical fairy. And that's how we create change in the world and not only in our country.